This month on Roanoke County Today, we will visit the 911 center where they are recruiting and meet the county's new crime prevention specialist. This and more coming up on RCT.
A pet is a friend. They are playful, loyal, and every pet wants and deserves a forever home. Did you know the Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection has many pets that are available for adoption? Our adoptable pets are listed online with pictures and descriptions, or you can visit us at 1510 Baldwin Avenue, Monday through Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. For more info about providing a pet a forever home, contact Emily Williamson at the Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection. Remember, there's no place like a forever home, so adopt today.
Welcome back to the show. Joining me today is Roanoke County Police Chief Howard Hall. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
Good, good. So we're talking today about a new center that will be opening in September, and it's something new that we want to make sure that our viewers are very aware of. It's going to be a change in reporting crashes here across the valley. So tell us what the Crash Reporting Center is.
Crash reporting centers have been used in Canada, particularly in the Toronto, Ontario area, for better than 25 years at this point. And as you said, it's a change in the way that we will be responding to property damage crashes. And it's important to note property damage only. Instead of the police officer completing a report at roadside and tying up traffic, the motorist will be referred to the Crash Reporting Center, where trained personnel will take the information, complete the Virginia crash report, and submit that back to the police department where it will be approved and sent to DMV just like we do now.
Okay, so that kind of explains the process. What do citizens need to know when they're involved in an accident?
Well, the way this will start is, as it does now, with a call to 911 that a crash has occurred. As we implement the Crash Reporting Center, police officers are going to continue to respond to crashes. They will explain to the motorist the concept of the reporting center and what they need to do in terms of changing information and how they need to get there. In the long term, we anticipate that there will be crashes that we don't respond to, that motorists will just be directed to go straight to the center to have the report taken. Given that this is a big change in how we do things and how motorists will do things in terms of a crash, we're going to kind of phase that in, let people get adjusted to the concept, and then see where that takes us.
And what will this do for your officers? Will it free them up?
Well, from the police perspective, it does a number of things. One is certainly frees up time that would have been used taking the report or at the scene of the crash. There's also a safety part to this, and the safety part's both for the officers and for the motorists. When a collision occurs, people tend to be in the roadway. The sooner we can get them out of the roadway and into a safe and comfortable environment, the safer for the motorist, the safer for the police officer. We also expect that that may help reduce secondary crashes, which occur when there's a traffic backup because of a crash, and other crashes occur because of that. Again, the sooner we can clear up the roadway and get traffic flowing again, the safer it is for everybody.
Sure. So lots of benefits for the police department, but also for citizens too.
Absolutely.
Sure. And how did this concept come to this area? You mentioned it began in Canada.
It's been used in Canada, as I said, for a long time now. We became aware of it a couple years ago as the company was starting to market in the United States their services. So myself and the police chief in Roanoke City, the police chief in Salem, kind of got interested in this, have obviously met with the folks from the company that does this, and have worked now for close to 2 years to plan this and get it together. This will actually be the first crash reporting center in the United States.
Right. That's quite an accomplishment for that company and for this area as well.
Right,
so.
It's their first venture into the United States. It's the first time that a jurisdiction or an area in the United States has experimented with this concept. Based on the feedback we've gotten from the Canadians, I've spoken directly with Canadian law enforcement authorities about their experience doing this, both from a police department perspective and from a public response perspective. It's been very positive there.
Good. And who staffs and funds this crash reporting center?
The company that runs these has incorporated in Virginia as Roanoke Accident Support Services. It is a private company. They staff it. They train their employees to properly collect the information that's needed for a crash report, complete that report. They take photographs of vehicles. They prepare all the information that insurance companies need to process claims and help the motorists involved get that process started at the same time where they're taking the crash report and then transmitting that to us.
Okay. And is there any cost to the citizen or even to the local governments for this?
None.
Okay.
This is not something that's funded by tax dollars. This is not something where a fee is charged to a citizen. The Roanoke Accident Support Services charges insurance companies to obtain the information and essentially get what they package up for the insurance claim.
Okay.
So insurance companies end up paying for it.
Okay. Okay. So no cost to the taxpayers.
Right.
Good.
Right.
Good. And when does this become operational?
Early next month is the target date for that.
September.
Yep, September of this year. The location is at 631 Abney Road, which is off of Williamson Road, just inside Roanoke County, or outside of Roanoke City, however you look at that. Roanoke Accident Support Services is in the process of hiring and training staff and completing the renovations on that structure as we speak. As this would suggest, we're starting the public information process to help people understand what's coming. And as I said, when it implements, police officers will still be responding to crashes to explain to people what they have to do and help them get used to the change.
Okay. So if people have more, they have questions, they need more information, as you said, there will be a campaign beginning, so citizens are more informed.
Stay tuned. A lot more will be coming between now and September.
Okay, very good. So we encourage our citizens to watch for more information on our website, which is RoanokeCountyVA.gov, and we'll also have a lot more information available and other resources too. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Participation in the recycling drop-off program in Roanoke County has been steadily increasing. With the increase comes growing pains. The following etiquette tips will help citizens receive the most benefit from the recycling program. Break down any boxes before placing them in the containers. We currently accept plastics and all types of cans. Do not place items with food residue in trailers. Fill trailers to capacity. When the recycling trailer is full, do not place items on the ground outside of the trailer. Visit another recycling trailer location. Please use the trailers properly.
Roco Alert is Roanoke County's new citizen alert and warning system. In the event of a local emergency or disaster, Roanoke County will contact all landline telephones in the county's 911 database with any important information and instructions you need to know. To receive notifications from Roco Alert via email, on your cell phone or VoIP phone, you'll need to set up an online account. There's no cost for citizens to sign up, but phone usage or text charges may apply. Go to RoanokeCountyVA.gov/Roco Alert and sign up today.
Welcome back to the show. We're here in the Emergency Communications Center of Roanoke County talking with Paige DeSilvey, who's a training coordinator. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
So this is what I refer to as the nucleus of our public safety. It's really the bridge between the public and our public safety. So tell us a little bit about your role here in the Communications Center.
Well, I am the training coordinator, which means I am responsible for all of the new hire training. As they come in, I make sure that they get all the training they need to perform the job. And I'm also in charge of everyone's continuing education. So as far as all the staff members that are here, we make sure that their certifications are current and that they get new training as needed. And I'm also in charge of the applicants. So once someone applies, I walk through everything with the applicants. I'm involved in the entire hiring process and go with them through all of that. And at this time, I'm also the acting outreach coordinator. And so I'm working with our recruiting committee to recruit new hires and also to educate the community in 911 and what we do and how we serve the community.
Okay, well, you have a big responsibility,
Yes.
and of course you're seeking more applicants to become a dispatcher. So tell us what's involved in that position.
Well, it really does take a unique kind of person. The people that we have are fantastic people, and in our center we work 12-hour shifts, so we need somebody with a flexible schedule. We are obviously here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all year long, so we need someone who's willing to work nights, weekends, holidays, special occasions and those things. It also takes somebody who can maintain their composure when someone on the other end of the phone is panicking. You have to be able to remain calm and try to calm the caller down as well, to be able to gain the information that you need to be able to send the responding units. One of the other things that they need to do is multitask, and most people think, I can multitask, no problem. But our multitasking is a little bit different, because you have to be able to take the caller's information and get what you need for the responding units, as well as listen to the radio at the same time and process what they're asking for, the information that they're giving you, and then as you're listening to both, be able to put that into our computer, the database, and just do multiple things at once and be able to do them accurately and within a timely fashion.
There's a lot of responsibility involved
Absolutely.
in that. And what is the process for applying for a position? Walk through the steps.
You only have to be 18 years old. There's just a few requirements per se. 18 years old, have a high school diploma or a GED, no criminal history, and you have to be able to type 25 words a minute. So it doesn't seem like it would be very difficult to get hired. The thing of it is what we do is, if you apply online, I will get those applications. If you apply this week, I will get them Monday, and I will invite you to test. And once you sign up to test, I'll send you a 13-page composite history that you have to fill out and bring with you to testing. And then during the testing, we do a math test, a spelling test, a typing test, a situational aptitude test, and a vocational suitability test, as well as what we call Critical. And Critical is a computer-based testing that has 14 modules that you have to pass. If you go through all of that, while you're testing, I guess I should say, we also run your criminal history, your driver's transcript, and your credit history. And if you pass everything there, then we have you come in for an initial interview, and you talk to our chief of communications, and you also talk to our assistant director. And if they approve, you go to the next step, which is the background investigation. If that comes back clean, we set you up for a polygraph and to be fingerprinted, and then to come in and sit in the ECC for about 2 hours to observe, just so you know exactly what you're getting into, because we want you to be, fully aware of what you're going to be doing. If all of that comes back good, then you will have a conditional offer, and we will set you up for a post psychological exam and a physical. And once you pass those, then we offer you the job. So it usually takes, the whole process from testing, the first testing day, until you actually get hired, is about 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay, so it does
takes a while.
take quite a bit of time, but there's a reason for all of that.
Absolutely.
This is a very unique position, I know.
It is.
So how long would a person train in this position once they were hired? How long does that take?
Well, it really depends on the person. We do have 4 weeks of classroom training, so they would have to do that, and then they have about 32 weeks of on-the-job training, which means they're going to actually sit with one of our training officers, and that person, at first, basically, the trainee will be parroting whatever the trainer is telling them to say, so they really don't understand what they're saying or anything, but we want to get them into the motion of doing the job. And as they get more proficient and understand what they're doing and start doing things on their own, then the training officer kind of backs away a little bit at a time until they can work on their own. And it takes, like I said, depending on the person, some people, progress faster than others, which is fine. And it can take up to about eight months or so, and maybe as few as maybe 3 to get fully trained.
But it's a very rewarding job.
It is indeed.
That's what I've heard a number of people say. This is an excellent job to have. You're helping a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Good. Good. Well, thanks for sharing all of this with us. And if people are interested in finding out more information, what's the best way for them to do that?
The best thing to do is to go online to the Roanoke County website, and you can look under job openings, or I think that's what it is there, and look for probationary communications officer. That's the name of the position that they would be applying for.
Okay. Very good. Thanks so much for sharing this
Thank you.
information. We'll be right back.
Have you ever wanted to find a book, read the latest issue of a magazine, or do research at your local library on a Sunday? Well, now you can. Our South County and Vinton libraries are now open from 1 to 5 on Sunday afternoons. This means that you'll have access to our extensive collection of books, DVDs, and audiobooks, as well as our library's many computers and, of course, our friendly, helpful staff. We want to be part of your Sunday afternoons. For more information, contact the South County or Vinton Libraries.
Stay up to date with the town of Vinton. Visit vintonva.gov and sign up for the Newsflash, Notify Me, or Emergency Alert features. Newsflash will inform users of what's happening in the town, including street closures or water line breaks. With Notify Me, citizens will receive information on activities, events, and even job postings. Emergency Alert can keep you informed in the event of an emergency or disaster in the region. Alerts can be sent to landlines, computers, cell phones, or wireless PDA units. Sign up today and be up to date with the town of Vinton.
Welcome back to the show. I'm here today at the Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection talking with Director David Flagler. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for being here.
Sure. There's a great need in our community for the safety and care for our animals. So talk to me about how the center was created and its purpose.
Well, every community has a spot where homeless and stray animals can go. We took over the operation of this facility when the Roanoke Valley SPCA decided that they wanted to focus on becoming a no-kill facility, and running the local pound kind of interfered with that mission. And so they gave up that, and then the jurisdictions had assumed control, and so now the shelter is run under government control. And so our mission here is to provide a safe place for animals that are lost or homeless to go until their owners can reclaim them, or that we can find a new home for the animals if an owner does not show up.
Okay. And how has this made a difference in the community? Well,
the people probably don't remember prior to the days of animal control, but you know, it makes the community safe. You don't have dogs running loose in the streets and terrorizing the little kids. That this gives them, the animals, a safe place, and it keeps the community safe as well.
Mm-hmm. Sure. And talk to me about some of the statistics here at the center.
Well, we're real thrilled with the progress of the shelter. We see this as not only an evolution in our own organization, but within the community, because the shelter is a reflection as to what is going on in the community. So if we're having problems with animals getting sick in the shelter, we know that people are not vaccinating their pets in the community. Mm-hmm. And so over the last several years, we have witnessed people becoming more responsible as pet owners. They're spay-neutering their pets, and we get to reap the benefit of that because we are starting to see fewer animals coming into the shelter every year. Mm-hmm. And so a few years ago, we used to have quite a space problem, that there were so many animals coming, we had no place to put them. Now that fewer animals are coming into the facility, we are able to keep animals longer in hopes of finding them a home. But for some of the animals, it's also a disservice, you know, keeping them confined in a cage while waiting to find a potential owner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So all the more reason for people to come and check out the animals here and be their forever home.
Absolutely.
Sure. And how is the center staffed?
We are staffed with 19 paid staff, and then a group of about 50 volunteers.
Okay. And what is the role of a volunteer?
Well, the staff's responsibility is the day-to-day care of the animals. I spoke earlier about these animals being confined in small areas, and so the volunteer's role is to provide enrichment for the animals that are here. And so they can spend more time with the animals, take them out for walks. We have little treats that the volunteers provide the animals to kind of make their days different every day. And so this enrichment allows us to be able to keep the animals here longer without the animals displaying the stress that they would of long-term confinement.
Sure. So it's good relationships with the paid staff as well as the volunteers. It's important for the animals.
It is.
Sure. And if someone wanted to volunteer, or if they wanted to adopt a pet, what are the steps they need to take?
Well, all of the steps are on our website, www.rcacp.org. And it's a real simple matter. On the website, you can see what animals are available for adoption. Sometimes you can pick an animal before that is on its stray hold time, and so while we're holding it for an owner to show up, owners don't always come and get their pets, and so they can beat the rush on an animal by looking through the stray side. And so they see the animal they want, they come down and take a look at it to see if they're interested, complete an adoption application, and hopefully then we'll prepare the animal for adoption. The animal will have all of its vaccines, will be spayed, neutered, and hopefully go into a forever home.
Great. And you said if people want more information, the website is the best place to go?
It's a good place to go. The adoption applications are on the website, as well as applications to be a volunteer. Okay. The website will show when the next volunteer orientation occurs, and so they can come in and meet our volunteer coordinator, Libby Carden, who will welcome them into the fold.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing this information, and we encourage people to volunteer here at the RCACP or come and adopt an animal. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Have you ever had an emergency? Immediately, you call 911, and for that instant, all you can do is put your life in the hands of the men and women who come to save the day. As an EMT, you step into that world and make a huge impact in the lives of people who need help. As an EMT, you could be the one person who could change a life forever. This is the mission of the Vinton First Aid Crew. The Vinton First Aid Crew is looking for volunteers who would like to help with their community. Some of the benefits of becoming a volunteer include training opportunities, working in an amazing building with up-to-date technology, having a flexible schedule, become part of the active competition team, volunteer incentives for future jobs, and more. For more information on becoming a volunteer with the Vinton First Aid Crew, call 540-983-0641, send an email to volunteer@vintonems.com, or you can visit their website at vintonems.com. Do you have a neighborhood concern in Roanoke County? You can now report zoning violations online by using the Neighborhood Concern Submission Form. Simply select a zoning code and add any details about your concern. Provide your name and contact info and choose to opt in so we can provide you with follow-up reports. Enter an address for your concern or select the location from the map and click Submit Entry. You will receive a case number that lets you track the status of your concern at any time. Submit your neighborhood concerns at roanokecountyva.gov/zoning app.
Welcome back to the show. Joining me today is Officer Daniel Brook. Welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me.
So Officer Brook is our new crime prevention specialist with Roanoke County Police Department, so this is a good introduction for our viewers. So tell us about yourself and what your role is in the department.
Okay. I've been with the department for about 6.5 years. Within that time, I've spent about half my time in the traffic enforcement unit, which I'm just coming out of, and then I've spent the other half on midnight shift for the most part. So when I've been in the traffic unit, I've been able to get into the schools and do some safety presentations to the middle schoolers and some of the high schoolers, and that stuff really interests me. So here I am in crime prevention now, and I look to continue that and build on the programs that we have.
Good. And what types of things will you be doing in this position?
Well, anything crime prevention related or community policing. So, I do anything from police tours to, hero camps that they're putting on at the Green Ridge Rec Center here in a couple weeks. We get the Cones with Cops we just had. I do the neighborhood watch programs, the business watch stuff. So everything that's pretty much crime prevention, community policing related.
Sure. So, and you mentioned the neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
There are a lot of neighborhood watch associations around the county.
There are. My schedule's pretty much booked Monday through Thursday, evening hours, with neighborhood watch programs, which is great. So, my main goal right now is to look at those groups now, see what their numbers are like, see what they like to have, what type of programs programs they like to have, what they want to get out of it, and kind of what the police department wants to get out of the program. Because anybody that's involved in Neighborhood Watch or the Citizens Police Academy, they're the ambassadors for the police department. So we're looking to grow those numbers, and I'm in the process of now getting some flyers out and working with coordinators now, trying to boost those numbers up.
And if there are neighborhoods that are interested in setting up a neighborhood watch, can they just contact you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I spoke with a lady yesterday just about one in down South County, which is a decent-sized neighborhood that doesn't have one active right now. So I'll be getting that one started here in about a month or two. Also North Lakes, that subdivision there, I know they're looking to get one, so I've spoken with 2 people in regards to getting one started again there. I know they had one in the past. So there's a lot of neighborhoods that are really interested. Some know they can contact me about it, and some come from out of state, and they wonder if we have that type of program. So yes, we do have the program.
Okay, good. And that, as you said, that's a great way for the community and for law enforcement to come together and talk about issues and make a safer neighborhood.
Absolutely. And like I said, it's a great outreach for us, but it's a great way for us to keep connected with the neighborhoods, because when you live in the neighborhood, you see what's going on. They may not hear about every call that we respond to, but if they see something suspicious, they know it's suspicious before we do because they live there. So it's great to build that relationship with them. It makes, our job a lot easier, and like I said, I think it's great to have that relationship with them. It's awesome.
And you mentioned Cone with a Cop. That's something new that you all have tried out. And tell us a little bit about that.
Initially it started as Cones with Cops, so Sergeant Johnson and Officer Gunner here with the Roanoke County Police Department kind of provided me with the idea. They advised me that Freedom First, they actually have an ice cream truck that they use for outreach programs. So they provided me with the contact information for them. So I got with Deputy Beheeler with the Roanoke County Sheriff's Department. We're trying to do a lot of stuff together. I think building that relationship with them and work as a team is really important. So him and I are looking to do things in the community, and that was one of the things we started planning on right away. So we reached out to Freedom First. We got the flyers out, and then we did the event at Garce Mill, or the villages at Garce Creek Apartments, as well as Peters Creek Apartments, and it was a great turnout. It started a little slow, but ice cream early in the morning is not everybody's favorite, but once people start getting out and start coming to the pools, it was a great experience for us. We had a lot of officer involvement, which I think is great. I think it's great for the community to see a lot of officers in that environment as well.
Sure. Okay. And Come with a Cop, we've also had Coffee with a Cop too. Same type of thing. Good way to...
Great outreach tool, and like I said, we even went above and beyond with it, and we reached out to Fire and Rescue as well. I think it's important to have that relationship with them. We're all in it together. The community sees us, as public safety. I think it's important for us to work together on those things too, and fortunately for me, Brian Klingenpeel and Chad Beheeler, feel the same way I do, so I think it's going to be a great team.
Sure. Good connection.
Yes.
Great. If people have questions that they would like to ask you or talk to you about other programs maybe you can offer assistance with, how should they contact you?
They can contact me by 540-777-8651, or they can email me at dbrook@roanokecountyva.gov.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much for sharing the information. We encourage our citizens to get in contact with Officer Brook and see how you can assist.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. We'll be right back.
Visit the Town of Vinton's website at vintonva.gov and find out, how do I? The How Do I link will lead you to find information on how do I apply for a job, read meeting agendas and minutes, obtain a dog or cat license, and even search the Vinton website for information. That's the Town of Vinton website, www.vintonva.gov, to find out, how do I? The South County Library is now a designated passport acceptance facility. Passport applications are taken by appointment during these hours only, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Monday and Tuesday evenings, 6 to 8 p.m. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call the South County Library at 540-777-8782. Details are also located on the County Library website, roanokecountyva.gov/passports.